been acting crazy all day. So I apologize for the internet connection. So welcome to my K Marie Talk Show, guys. Yes, we got a special guest in the house tonight. His name is David Walker. He's going to be talking about his experience. Yes, y'all, his experience seeing Bigfoot as a kid. Is y'all ready? Y'all better get y'all popcorn. Y'all better get y'all candy. Y'all better get y'all Coke soda. Y'all better get y'all Pepsi. Y'all better get y'all Sprite, because this is going to be a good interview today. This is going to be a movie, y'all. So what's up, David?
Hi, so glad to be with you, K Marie.
Yeah, heard about this book you got going on. It's called The Ohio Monster.
Yeah. I'll get to the mascot. It's called The Ohio Monster.
Okay, and how long did it take you to write this book?
Oh, it took me about a year altogether, from start to finish.
A year? What? So let me ask you this: the thing of you seeing Bigfoot as a kid, like, how did you react? What was your reaction? What was going through your mind? Like,
well,
fans want to know. Like, Instagram fans want to know.
Well, when I was a kid, I better start from the very beginning.
Okay.
I went out to my friend's house in Newcomerstown, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And we camped out overnight, went up on top of this great big high hill. And it was, it's around 1:30 in the morning. We're laying there, we're just now falling asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And we start to hear these twigs snap all around the tent.
What?
And they just weren't snapping like a raccoon or something. It was like crack, crack, crack. And I'm like, I look at my friend, I'm like, what's going on?
Wow.
He says, I don't know. And then at the same time, we hear this, whatever it was, breathing. It was going.
So let me ask you this: did that freak you out? Did that make you feel very frightened, or what was just going through your mind that day?
Yeah, we were looking at each other like we were afraid to say anything because we thought whatever it is could hear us. So we're just like, what's going on? I don't know. So my friend said, maybe it's my brother. And all of a sudden, boom! This thing hit the tent and hit my friend right in the head. We're going to call my friend's name George. That wasn't his real name. For liability's sake, whatever.
Right.
In my book, I put his name as George. So it hit him on the head. He goes, ow, man, quit, that hurts. I goes, oh, what's going on? And then, boom, maybe what? 10 seconds later, it hit me on the head. Now, we're in an army tent, and you can't see through the army tent. It's dark green material.
So let me ask you this. Did you live, when you was a kid, did you ever live by the woods, or like how did that play out?
No, I lived in town.
Okay.
But I always, went out to the woods. I'd ride my bicycle out across the bridge, up over the hills. We had a big hill out there called Shriner Hill, not Shriner Hill, but Johnson Hill.
Okay.
Highest hill in Newcomerstown. I went to the top, and I had to walk to the top. I couldn't hardly ride my bicycle to the top. We're talking steep. We're talking Mount Everest steep. Got to the top, and we'd ride down our bicycle. We'd go all the way down, and you were all right as long as you didn't hit a little pebble or stone, because then it could throw your bike and you could wreck. You get all scraped up. I wrecked once, and I was all scraped up, legs, arms, everything. But that never kept me from going out in the woods.
Right.
And so, getting back to my story, We hear these twigs snap. This thing hits the tent real hard twice. Hit
Right,
him on the
right.
head, hit me on the head. And that's after it was breathing. And so he goes, wait a minute. It might be my brother, because his brother was the only one that knew we was camping out.
What?
So he thought, his brother's a prankster. Oh, yeah. It's probably my brother. I'll call his name Ed. It's probably Ed
Right.
up there. He's probably checking on us, and he thinks he'll have a little fun. Oh, that sounded logical. Kid's brother trying to scare his other friend and him, camping out. Oh, that's what's happening. He goes, I tell you what, on the count of 3, just jump out and scare him. I go, yeah, instead of him scaring us, we're going to scare him too. He goes, 1, 2, 3. I rolled out of that tent. I jumped up in the air. I thought he was coming behind me. Well, he didn't. He stayed,
Wow.
that, you know what, stayed in the tent. I'm out there facing this critter by myself. I stand up, thinking it's his brother on the other side of the tent. I put my arms up and I go, ah.
Wow. Now, did you
What
have
happened?
dreams about it? Did you have nightmares? Like, did you ever go to sleep at when you was a kid at that time? And every time you go to bed at night, like, did you ever have nightmares about this creature? About this Bigfoot man?
Yeah, I had a couple of them, but I kind of grew out of them. But, it was the moment that had me freaked out that I'll never forget. And that's what I'm getting ready to explain to you, is the fact that when I put my arms up in the air, I'm looking right into this creature's eyes. And I mean, it was cold black, pure black eyes. When we look at each other as human beings, we can see whites in our eyes. You can see mine. You can see Kay Marie's. Look at your family members. You can see the whites in their eyes. There were no whites in this creature's eyes. They were all pure black. And it's just, you say, well, what did he look like? That's probably what they're thinking. Well, what did this monster look like? It was covered in, black hair, of course, but it wasn't all hairy across the face. It was like, you could see the cheekbones here and just the top of the forehead that didn't have hair on it. But the rest of it was in hair. I mean, I only had 2 seconds to look at it. But like I said, that would be 2 seconds that I'll never forget. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this: how did your dad and your mom or whoever raised you as a kid? How did your dad and everybody else react to the situation that you experienced?
Yeah, good question. Most of them didn't believe my sighting. They didn't believe it at all. They thought I was just making it up to get some attention.
Right.
Like, why would I want to draw that kind of attention to me and have people make fun of me?
Right.
So continuing on, with what I was saying, this monster takes off running. Well, you normally would think it would be running away from the scene, right? Well, it didn't run away. It ran past me. It ran right past me. And just like it was saying, I'm not scared of you.
Right.
But when it ran past me, it ran so fast, it was like almost a blur. You could picture a track star running.
Right.
A track star running. This thing ran almost twice as fast as a track star.
Wow.
And so, okay, it runs away. My friend pops out of the tent.
Right.
And he says, "Oh my God, Dave, that was Bigfoot." I go, "Bigfoot? Is that what they call it?" He goes, "Yeah, man, it's Bigfoot." I goes, "Well, we got to get out of here."
Right.
He said, "Right." He grabbed a flashlight, gave me my flashlight. The creature ran that way. I went running the other way. We ran both right down over the hill. Now, this hill was about 200 feet high. It had thorn apple trees. It had briar bushes. You name it, and it was thick. I mean, we're not talking like scattered here or there. I'm talking thick. Like, you know what I'm trying? If you've seen all kind of briars around everywhere, that's what it was like. And we're running through them. We wasn't going to walk. We were running because we wanted to get he said, "We got to get out of here before that thing comes back and finishes what he started." Because he started smacking us on the head. I think it was just like a scare tactic from the monster. I think it was just trying to
Right.
really scare us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it did the job. So we got back to the house, beat on the door, and his sister said, "What? What you guys back here? What you guys? Oh, you guys are scared of the dark, aren't you?" No,
Mm-hmm.
man, no, no. My friend told his sister. He said, Nancy. He said, we seen Bigfoot. She said,
Mm.
what? He said, we seen Bigfoot. She busted out laughing. She's laughing her ass off at it. She goes,
Wow.
oh, you guys had something to drink up there, didn't you?
So she
You
basically
were
didn't even
drinking.
believe you when you first told her.
Oh, no, no. And so, and then his brother Ed came down the stairs, the one we thought was up there joking around. He came
Mm-hmm.
down the stair steps in his pajamas and started saying, "Hey, what's going on here? Y'all making a lot of noise. You're going to scare Dad. He's trying to sleep. Man, you got to get Dad up. You got to
Wow.
get Dad up. He's going to be pissed. What's going on?" So
And
Nancy
see,
told
go
him what was
ahead.
going on. He busted out laughing. So we know it wasn't Ed. Well, you say,
Mm-hmm.
who else could it be?
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't somebody else, dude. It was the real thing. It was the real monster
Right.
up there that was jacking around with us.
And see, when a person experienced something like that, and they, even if you had a dream about it or if you seen it in real life, people tend to think stuff like that is funny. And me personally, I have seen spirits, I have seen ghosts, I have seen a lot of crazy stuff as a kid. And when you a kid and you experience Bigfoot like that, you experienced a creature like, you probably lived by the woods when you was a kid. And a lot of people laugh at that, and I feel like that's not really funny because they wasn't there when you experienced that. A whole lot of people that you tell your story to, a lot of people might not want to believe because they never experienced, so they will never know how it would feel to be able to see something like that in front of you, especially as a kid.
That's just it, K. Marie. You can make all kind of fun you want to,
Right,
but you weren't
right,
there.
right.
And you can not believe what
Yep.
I'm saying. You can think I'm just making this up. That's okay. You know, you can believe people that are watching this right now, they can believe what they want to believe. But I was there. And
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't drinking and I wasn't smoking. There was no dope involved. We were just having clean fun, camping out up on the hill, just trying to get
Right,
away from the parents and just having kids. We were looking at girly magazines. We were looking at car magazines. We were cracking jokes at one another. We were just having boy fun, all kind of boy fun. When we was just getting tired and laid back to go to sleep, and
right, right.
that's when that thing struck. And it
Mm-hmm.
really, we're on top of a high hill, right?
Right,
We don't think anybody's coming around. We're up there by ourselves, or so
right.
we thought, but we wasn't. I got a book out. Let me. I got it back here on the stand
Uh-huh.
right here.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. Would that be the only book that you will have out? Or will you have any other books that's coming out in the next coming year or so? Like maybe in the next 2 or 3 years,
Well,
maybe you'll
next
have
year,
something else coming out?
yeah,
Okay.
next year I have a book coming out, and because I researched this subject so much, because I wanted to know what did I really see,
Right, right.
because I researched it so much. I got another book coming out that's going to be called Supernatural Sasquatch.
Okay,
And,
I like that. I like
and the
the
rest of the
title.
title is Supernatural Sasquatch, and the rest of the title is The Reason Why No Body Has Ever Been Found.
Mm.
And so this thing's been out, if you research it, it's been out for thousands of years. It's been here for thousands of years. The Indians knew who it was. And then
Right,
there's
right, right,
people in Ohio called the mound builders.
right, right,
Who built the mound? Because they found Indian artifacts nearby, they naturally assumed Indians built the mounds, right?
right. Amen.
But why were there dead bodies big, long, tall beings found in them tombs that resembled giants that were anywhere between 7 to 12 feet in height.
Wow.
So who really were the mound builders? Were the Indians, or were the Indian people that the mound builders ruled over?
Right.
So that's another question I'm going to tackle in my next book coming out, Supernatural Sasquatch.
Okay, I can't wait. I can't wait to read that. That's gonna be a good one, boy. That's
Oh,
gonna be
I'm
a
telling
good
you
one.
what. Now, people laugh when I say supernatural.
Right.
Oh, what do you think it is? A ghost? No, I'm not saying it's a ghost. It couldn't be a ghost because guess what? It left footprints in the ground.
Right.
Ghosts,
Right.
ghosts don't leave footprints in the ground.
It don't. It don't.
So let me tell you the story. In the morning, me, my friend, and his dad went up on top of that hill. And we went looking for proof and evidence of our experience. We counted 12 footprints. And at the end of that 12 footprints, there was no more tracks.
What?
Okay, Marie, them tracks were across the hill, a logging road, cut right across the hill. And all of a sudden, I said, well, I can't find no more tracks. My friend Dad said, he was a tracker. He said, let me look. What do you mean you can't find no more tracks? He looked around, he goes, well, where did it go? He said, there's supposed to be some more tracks there. Same type of soil, no trees around. We're in the middle of a hill of a ridge top. Where is the rest of the tracks at? Anybody that's ever deer hunted?
You look like you got bad connection where you at. It looked like it was stopping a little bit.
Oh. Anybody that's ever deer hunted, followed deer tracks before, you know that the tracks will keep on going on and on until you either find the animal or it gets into bad terrain where you can't follow it no more. Well, there was no reason why we shouldn't have seen another track, but it wasn't there. So for Kay Marie, for the last 40 years, I've asked myself this question. Where did the creature go?
You see, that's the thing. No, it's like we don't know. Like nobody don't know what it is. I feel like this. People want to pick and people want to not believe, but in reality, the way the world is, how this coronavirus is going around, you don't know what you're walking into. You could be walking past people every day and not know. They might be the Bigfoot. They might be an alien. We don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That's something else. But
Mr.
what
David,
I want to try to say on. Yeah, you got me now?
It's breaking up a little bit.
Okay.
It's breaking up. You're probably in the back area of bad connection.
That could be where I'm at.
Yeah, you might want to go to a different location because your video keep stopping a little bit.
I'll go into my living room here and see if it's better in here, huh? How's that? Am I okay?
Just a little bit. It's a little bit better than where you were sitting at.
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you okay. Just the video, your face keep going in and out, in and out.
Huh. Well, let me continue my story.
Downstairs, your area where you at has got back internet connection.
Well, okay, I better continue this because I think we only got a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Um, so like I said, for the last 40 years, I've asked myself that question. I've done a lot of research, and I found out a lot of different things
Right.
about this monster and about other people's experiences with it. Oh, and I also need to tell you too
Mm-hmm.
that I was on a show. I was actually on TV. I was on
Oh.
the they flew me up to Philadelphia back in February of this year,
Mm-hmm.
and I was on the Travel Channel on a show called These Woods Are Haunted.
What? I gotta go watch that. I got to go see it.
Yeah, and it's also they changed the name of it then also to you can also find it in Terror in the Woods.
Okay. Okay.
So it's either These Woods Are Haunted, season 2, episode 9.
Okay. I gotta go look it out, check you out, and see. I got to
Same
see
thing on
now.
Terror in the Woods, season 2, episode 9. And
Okay.
they got a couple kids to play my friend and I's place in that tent, and somebody else obviously to play the dad. And so they
Mm-hmm.
reenacted my story on TV.
Check you out, boy. Check you out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my star on the Hollywood board of fame.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a TV star. I'm an international personality, book author. I'm going to start up my own. I'd like to start up my own Bigfoot conference down here in Atlanta
Check you out. Look at
because
you.
we have a lot of Bigfoot sightings in Georgia too, not just
Okay.
Ohio, but there's a
Right.
lot in Georgia too.
Right.
You might want to. Oh, did I tell you the real funniest part of the story? Now, here's a story for your viewers. They're going to love. Remember, I told you at one time about how Bigfoot came to the football game.
Yeah, yeah, you told me.
You want me to tell your viewers that story?
Oh yeah, go ahead on. They're ready to hear it.
Now get this, folks. Bigfoot actually came to one of our football games in Newcomerstown. Now he didn't actually come and buy a ticket or sit up on the stands and eat popcorn and drink pop. But he did in his own way come to the football game.
Oh wow.
1973-ish, 4-ish, 5, between 73 and 70. It's been so long ago. My mind
Right.
just can't remember exactly when this happened.
Right, right.
It was one of those years, and the whole school and the other opposing football team seen this thing.
What?
Yeah, now don't take me the wrong way. He didn't run up on the field and run around, nothing like that.
Right, right.
Hey, pass it to Bigfoot. He'll get the touchdown.
The Ohio Monster. Okay now. Okay now.
I told you we were going to have fun with this, didn't I?
Yep. Yep.
But no. So, I'm sitting there and I'm eating some food. It's right around halftime.
Right.
So me and my friend were eating some food, and then they started the third quarter. We're watching the game. Within about a minute or two, third quarter, all of a sudden, I hear somebody holler, "Hey, there's Bigfoot. He's down by the river."
Right.
I'm like, "What?" Somebody else says, "I see him too." Someone else says, "I see him too." I kid you not. Within 1 minute, half the stands cleared out of the opposing team. They old men, women, children, young adults, kids, teenagers, all took off. They forgot about the football game. They took off running down over the hill because they wanted to catch a glimpse of Bigfoot.
Right, right.
So this thing is running along the river, and when the people start running down after it, It ran into the woods, got down and crossed the river. People heard it.
Wow.
People heard it run through the water, splash, 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 splash. And then they saw it on there was a little island in the river now. There was a little island in the river.
Right.
He
right.
ran over to that island. And he was standing over there amongst the few trees there. And people were saying, you see him? You see him? You see him?
Right.
Now,
right.
Now, I didn't see it. I just heard this commotion. My friend was with me. He said, Dave, come on, let's go down there. Let's see if we can see Bigfoot. I guess, nah, that's all right. You go on ahead. He goes, are you kidding me? Man, no one's ever seen this thing before. We got to see it. I said, go on ahead. Because I knew I already seen the thing once.
Right.
I didn't see it again.
Right.
So he ran down over there. So about 20 minutes later, people started coming back to the stands. And then he came back. I said, well, what, did you see him? He goes, no. But I did talk to some people, and they said they did see it.
Right.
I said, okay, what'd they say? They said they heard it splash in the water, and then they were looking on the island, and they seen something big and tall and dark walking around the island.
What?
Yeah, that's what they said. Now, you probably wonder, why did Bigfoot come to the football game?
Right.
There's a bunch of people there. He doesn't generally come around where there's a bunch of people.
Right.
Generally speaking.
Right.
So, but they're during halftime, they're playing drums because they're what? Each band tried to outdo the other, beating their drums and playing the the band music.
Right.
Well, Bigfoot's been known to respond to what they call wood knocking, where they knock on wood and you make a sound that you can hear far away. I think those drums actually called him out of the woods over to the sound. And that's why he appeared on the other side of that river. That's what I think. But he did come to the football game, and I wrote a chapter in my book, The Ohio Monster.
Okay.
Ohio.
Y'all better go get that book. It's available right now, Amazon.com. Y'all better go get that book and support. It's a good book, y'all. It's a real good book. The Ohio Monster. It's available now on Amazon.com. Y'all need to go get it, guys.
Amen. Yes. Amen. You better go join me. Follow me on the OhioMonster.com. Look me up. I got pictures of the Bigfoot stuff in there. I got pictures of yours truly, Miss K. Marie, on there. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love the whole entire one. So, Miss K. Marie, is there anything else you want me to tell your listeners while you got them on there?
Yeah, just let everybody know when your next book, your second book, is gonna come out. When is your second book? When can we hope for a second book?
Okay, I'm gonna try to have it published by this summer, this coming summer, June or July. But it should be out before my birthday, which is, and your birthday too, I might add, September the 11th. I want to have that book out and published by September 7th of next coming year.
Okay, which it will be 2021.
2021, September the 11th. It'll be out before then. So look for it. Look for it right around the month of August.
Okay.
All right, I'm
really. Oh, one more thing I want to ask you. Now, I know it's been years ago since you've seen the Bigfoot, since you experienced Bigfoot. What can you tell everybody? Like, what can you tell the people? Like, I want to know. We want to know. I want to know, and they want to know from you is, do you believe that Bigfoot is out wandering around somewhere? Do you believe he's somewhere out in the world?
Most definitely, K. Marie. If you study the subject and you look on just Google Sasquatch, Bigfoot, you're gonna find so many stories. I'm by far an isolated case.
Right.
There are thousands and thousands of stories out there. Now, I will say And this is all across the world. This just isn't in the United States. This is in Russia,
Right.
China, India,
Yep.
Australia, British Columbia, Alaska. I'm not sure about Hawaii. I'm not sure about that one, but I
Right.
know all the other ones. He's there, and then there have been reports about this thing all the way back into the 1700s.
1700. That's way back ago.
And with the and right, and with the Indians, it's back even before that.
Right.
So my book will deal with the subject of where Bigfoot could possibly,
Right. Right.
in my opinion, of course, come from, and what it's doing here. Why is it here? It's going to deal
Right.
with all the questions about this monster. And because I've researched it for about 40 years, I feel like I am qualified to offer
Right.
everybody my opinion.
Right. Right.
And like I said, the reason why I think it's a supernatural is because of the footprints stopping and then nothing being around anywhere. This
Right.
thing, in my opinion, had to enter into another dimension, portal, or just up and disappeared on with its own supernatural power. I don't know
Right.
exactly which because I'm not supernatural, so I can't
Right.
speak from that realm.
Yeah.
But I can offer my opinion based upon, and I also bring in the Bible. The Bible
Yeah.
does talk a lot, and other stories besides the Bible talk
Yep.
about this race of giants, whom I
Yep.
I
Right.
believe actually built were the mound builders up in northern North America. We'll get into that in that second book called Supernatural Sasquatch.
I like
The
the title. Love the title.
the reason why
Right.
nobody has ever.
Amen. I can't wait to read the second book.
Thank you.
All right, guys. I'm about to get ready to end this video. Thank you, David Walker, for being a special guest on my first show. This is episode 1. This is season 1, episode 1, the K Marie Talk Show, and hopefully I get to see you again, David Walker.
Hey,
Tell me
K
about
Marie,
the second book.
it's been my pleasure. It's been my pleasure being on your show and being your first guest. I feel honored.
Thank you. All right, guys, if y'all love this season 1, episode 1, y'all love my special guest, David Walker. And if y'all do love this live, go ahead on and share this live. Go ahead on and scream it. Share it everywhere. Tell everybody about it. I'm about to get ready to end this video. Thanks, you guys, for watching. And I will be back in the next episode, which will be episode 2. So y'all stay tuned for episode 2, guys. I want everybody to have a blessed day. David, you have a good day. And hopefully I will see you again. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.